Hello, we've got 4 artists left in the running to represent Malta in Rotterdam. So as we approach the final of the X Factor Malta, well, who do we think is going to win? We are going to talk you through the last 4 standing and let you know our thoughts. So Ryan, you've got 4 finalists, including the former Junior Eurovision winner Destiny. Is it a foregone conclusion?
No, it isn't. So what we have is 2 girls who are mentored by Ira Losco, which is Destiny, and a 16-year-old called Justine Shawford. We also have a girl band, a 5-piece girl band called Faith, and we have a male soloist called Kyle. Now, none of these 4 have been in a final showdown all series, so It is very hard to predict which actually has the support. So to do that, we have to look at like Facebook reactions, polls on Maltese websites, and YouTube views, and they're really our only indicators of what we can look at.
So when it comes down to those polls and the viewing figures, is it still too close to call this close to the final?
So if we've had 4 weeks of live shows so far, and the first week was won by, we thought, Jasmine. She was trending #1 on YouTube in Malta. She was getting the most reactions on Facebook and Instagram, and somehow she ended up bottom of the vote in week 2. And when she did, it seemed like fellow girl Justine took over because she had a performance of Dance Monkey, and that went trending #1 in Malta as well. But then week 3 and 4, it's been Destiny that's been leading the views on YouTube. So it seems like the momentum might be shifting towards Destiny. Now, I was looking at a poll on Loving Malta, which I think is one of their biggest websites.
I think you're right.
And site polls would be, and their votes, I think they had 3,000 votes, and it was 37% Destiny, 30% Faith, 25% Justine, and whatever's left for Kyle. I can't remember.
Can't do maths.
Poor Kyle.
So it does seem like the momentum might be switching towards Destiny. In the past week or 2, she's also been getting the most Facebook reactions and stuff like that as well.
She did that Lion King performance, didn't she? That I mean, put it this way, I've seen very little of X Factor Malta, I will admit this, but I've seen that. And I think in a nutshell, I think that tells you that stretched well outside of Malta's remit. That stretched not just into general Eurovision spheres, but that really stretched to the wider, everyone who's a Eurovision fan has seen the Destiny Lion King in Movie Suite performance. And I mean, to be fair, if you're going to bring out a vocal like that in the final, you probably are going to perform and get a great strong vote out of it. I suppose to use, I guess, a comparison to previous editions of the X Factor we've seen, particularly here in the UK, is that sometimes you just need that underlying groundswell of vote that people don't sometimes shout up about. You know, you get that demographic that don't really react on Facebook, that don't really engage on YouTube or social media platforms. And, you know, sometimes you actually have a sway, don't you, towards the more young, fresh acts, when actually the acts that's really pulling through and getting the votes is that slightly more traditional, polished performer. I think it's fair to say that we've seen enough of those winners in the UK to suggest that perhaps it could be that artist that actually does have that powerful vocal and may only be second, I suppose, in reactions across the competition, but actually comes through on the night because people pick up the phone and vote for them.
Yes.
Faith.
Yes, I think Faith. I'm okay with Faith potentially winning. I don't think they will, but I think, yeah. If I'm honest, this whole time I didn't bother following this series. I followed it a bit more last year because I had happened to catch some of Michaela's performances, and was quite enthralled by her and her voice, and excited about her. This time I'm more excited about Destiny, but it didn't feel worthy of my time to follow series where I didn't think it should have existed, at least not for Eurovision. I think Destiny's of age, just internally select her. She was in Tel Aviv last year. She was holding it down in the backing singers booth for Michaela as she kind of bopped around on stage. This was her time. Just give her the ticket now. Why? Obviously, X Factor Malta is a huge rating success for the island, and it makes sense to commission another series. But why make it the Eurovision selection? Why not just internally select the artist who has made it all this way? Why? It's always insulting to Destiny to make her audition for the X Factor when she's already won Junior Eurovision.
Yeah.
And she has like a key to the city of Valletta and is like a dame or something because she won during Eurovision or whatever they did for her when she won. I've almost avoided, because I know it's not a done deal. No national selection is. So I haven't wanted to jinx it, but if she does win, I will revisit all her performances. But I think if they pick anyone else, they're probably going to be in trouble because Semi 1 is really stacked and Malta statistically struggled to qualify, especially in recent years. And I think Destiny has the name, has prestige, has the talent, and is exactly who they should be picking to give them a chance. So I think to not pick Destiny would be absurd, to be honest, and would prove my point that it was pointless to make this the selection. I'm just kind of against the idea of using a talent show to select your artist in the first place, unless I just think it's, and that's purely because I can't be bothered to follow a whole series of a talent show when there aren't any original songs. I just don't like covers that much. Okay, so that was my rant.
One contestant did perform an original song in the first show, and he got eliminated straight away.
Well, there you go.
But overall, this series of X Factor Malta, the ones that they put through to the live shows, is much stronger than last year's. Because I think last year Michaela stood out so much. She was the runaway winner all the way through it. Whereas this year, it's been pretty unpredictable all the way through, from Jasmine's early elimination to the final we've got now, where I think we've got 3 solid contenders. No offense to Kyle, but I'm not seeing much reaction or hype towards him, and say he was bottom of that poll that I saw as well. But yeah, I think all 4 of them are great singers, so I think they've got potential either way, but I would like to see Destiny take it.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. I think part of me wonders, it'd be great to see a girl band at Eurovision. We don't see very many of them, and from that point of view, I think it would be nice. But frankly, I totally agree with Costa. And why bother having X Factor Malta when Destiny is right there, ready and waiting? And I'd like to hope there's no voter complacency, as there may have been with Jasmine early in the competition. And I'd like to hope that they pull through in the final for her. But I'm intrigued to see kind of what song we get from Destiny as well.
One further important thing to mention is that if they do the same as last year, all 4 of them, or at least 3 of them, I can't remember, will be doing duets. Michaela got by far the biggest name last year, so that cemented her victory. She got Joseph Kalea, who we even sell CDs of his in HMV, so he's a big deal. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who gets the biggest name in terms of the duets and whether that can push them on ahead of the rest, especially when it's so close.
Do you sell many of those to the Maltese diaspora?
Someone's asked me for him once, and I was like, I know him. He's Maltese. I didn't say how I know him though.
Yeah. That is a long shot, to be fair. That's impressive. It's not even like a. It's not even like a. I don't even know there's even a Maltese diaspora in your ends. But there you go. And Nathan, if you want to go about at Eurovision, wait for Hurricane to win Eurovisia in a few weeks. Oh, I am praying that happens. I really am. Serbia do the right thing.
You're too close to jinxing it, aren't you now?
I've already jinxed it. I've got a little shrine in my room for Hurricane currently, so I think
look,
I've already jinxed it.
Girl bands at Eurovision don't have all too good a great rep, do they? We've had Moya Tree, which was a disaster.
It was not a disaster. Take that back now.
We've had No Angels, which was a choice. We've had Cerebro, that were appealed to some and to others was a bit meh. So
They came
it'd be nice to get,
third.
you know, like a little mix, wouldn't it, at some point?
I count Bandido as a girl band song.
Okay.
So I claim them. To be fair, even the great thing about girl bands, and I think Ryan will agree with me, is that even when they're terrible, they're still amazing.
Last ketchup. I'm not being funny, but bloody
Even the worst girl
great.
bands are still a bit iconic. Like, you can't say
UK
about boy bands.
The UK just need to reform Girls Can't Catch. That's what I think.
Yes, Girls Can't Catch Redemption. Okay, we're going off topic now.
Can't we send
might have
Neon Jungle and get Miss Cut Calvin back from the Cut Calvins and get them to send Neon Jungle? I'd support that.
Mini Viva.
Okay, let's finish off and say
topic that.
Who do you want and who do you predict?
Destiny and Destiny. I think it's very simple.
I want Destiny. I predict Kyle because it's 2020 and that's the kind of thing that happens now.
I also want Destiny, but I've had a feeling since her performance of Dance Monkey that Justine might be the one. She's also only 16, and we know we like 16-year-olds in X Factor. Although Faith, I think some of Faith is 16 as well, so there you go.
Well, thank you ever so much for your in-depth knowledge, Ryan. Costa, thank you for chiming in with your thoughts and feelings, particularly on Destiny and girl bands. I'm very proud. If you'd like to see more, make sure you're subscribing down below. If you liked our recap of Malta, obviously push the thumbs up button. But to make sure you don't miss out on any of our latest episodes, make sure you push the notification bell and you'll get the notification straight to your device or Google Chrome, which insistently persists with notifications. But thank you very much, Ryan and Costa, and thank you for those watching at home. It's a goodbye from us.
Ciao.